guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my usual videos, and that is because I'm going to go over some commonly makeup mistakes that are sometimes made, and I feel like very comfortable talking about these because I'm one of those people where everything in my life is trial and error. Like, I learn from my mistakes because I feel like I've made them all in makeup. I did make this video a long time ago when I kind of first started my channel and was getting into YouTube. It was almost a year and a half ago, and people are still watching the video all the time, and the video is so old. Definitely time for me to remake it, but that's not really what inspired me to do this video. What inspired me to do it was my great friend Jackie. She did this video recently on her channel and she did such an awesome job with the video. I'm obsessed with Jackie. I think she's the greatest gift to the planet. I'm gonna link her video down below. I would love for you guys to check out her channel and subscribe. This isn't a collab video. I just thought she deserved recognition and for that video because it's so awesome. So check out Jackie's video. She goes over makeup do's and don'ts. Also, right quick before we jump in, I wanted to say if something that you're doing that I say is a don't and you like that, don't change it by all means. If it makes you feel good to do things a certain way in your makeup routine and you feel pretty, I highly recommend keep doing it. I feel like that's what makeup is all about. I'm just making this video to help people along. Maybe you're like, God, I can't figure out how to do this right, or what's making me look this way, and I can help you with that in this video. But like I said, if you are doing something and I say it's wrong and it makes you feel beautiful, I highly recommend not changing it. But I do hope it inspires some of you and maybe just helps you along in learning tips and tricks, because I promise you I am going to tell you a lot of tips and tricks in this video on how I do my makeup and just like how I overline my lips, how I do my eyeliner. I hope you enjoy. I hope this video is really insightful, and we're gonna get started. Ooh. I think priming your face is pretty essential. I'm only going to prime half my face. I'm going to do half my face good in this video and the other half bad, as you probably saw from the thumbnail that I haven't even created yet. Priming your skin can help hydrate and can also help smooth out the skin depending on which primer you buy. This Master Prime Smooth and Blur is obviously good for smoothing out and blurring any imperfections. Next, we'll jump into eyebrows. I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I feel like this product can be your best friend in the whole wide world. I also feel like it can be your worst enemy. I have made more mistakes with this product right here than with anything I've ever done in my entire life, including picking boyfriends. No, I finally figured that out. I got married. This product is like a double-edged sword. So if you go in with too much, you can end up with like block, crazy looking eyebrows. Big mistake I see people do is just go in and literally draw their eyebrow on with one stroke. Dabbing my brush into it, I'm literally just drawing some eyebrows in. Like, that's too thick. It looks so unnatural. I'm gonna go ahead and dedicate myself to this video by filling it in. I see the big block in the front. If you like to do them this bold, then by all means continue doing them this way, but I think that going in with a little bit of a lighter hand can make them look so much prettier. I feel like I used to make my eyebrows look like that. So what I like to do to create more of a natural brow is I get the least bit of product possible on my angled brush. This is the number 12 brush. I will literally feather. Instead of drawing a straight line, like, I will feather the bottom part of my brow. And then I'm gonna kind of feather a little bit more on the top part, and I'm tracing my actual eyebrows. I'm not actually drawing on any extra. The front part of the brows, instead of blocking them off, I'm actually just gonna take the brush and feather up a little bit and then smooth it out with my spoolie. One just looks a little bit more natural, and this one just looks way too drawn on and fakey looking. I'm going to prime this eyelid. A common mistake is not priming your eyelids, just neglecting the eyeshadow primer altogether. Big mistake. Your eyeshadow is not going to show up as well, and it's also going to crease. I'm going to be doing a super neutral look in this because I'm not really trying to create a makeup tutorial here. I'm just trying to teach you guys a couple of things. Going in with the Stardust palette by Vegas Net, I'm going to go in with Millennial, which is a super neutral color. This is a big mistake made often. People go in with heavy colors just right in the crease. I highly recommend finding a super neutrally color and starting out with that. That's going to be your transition shade, and it's going to help build up your darker colors, especially if you're trying to achieve a smoky eye. So just taking a brush and a little bit of product and blending it out. So So on this eye over here, I'm actually not going to do a transition shade. I'm just going to dive right in with our next shade. So I'll go in with Girls Night, which is just a little bit of a deeper brown color. I'm just going to get some on the tip of my brush. The trick with blending is to not start on the outer edge or in the upper crease area. It's actually to start deep in your eye socket. So pushing the brush into my eye socket and blending the color back and forth until the brush is almost out of eyeshadow. And then once the brush doesn't have barely any eyeshadow, you can start in a circular motion blending the eyeshadow up. That way it's not gonna look too harsh and you're not gonna get too much of that dark color way up by your brow bone. For this eye, I'm gonna go in with a lot of eyeshadow on my brush, and I'm gonna start with no transition shade, and I'm gonna start higher up. See how this is not gonna end up well, and like how will I ever get this blended out? And it's already way too high touching my brow bone. Oh man, this is worse than I actually thought it would be. Just because I used a different amount of product and I put the product in a different area to start with, look at the difference. I'm gonna show you something that I see all the time with wing liner and why it doesn't turn out just like you always see on Instagram and stuff and people's pictures. You're like, why doesn't it turn out like that? Let me show you what I see going wrong. My hair's looking crazy. Maybe I should do a hairdo and don't. People will take their line and they'll go straight up. So whenever you're ready to come back down with your eyeliner, now it looks, I mean, the wing is just way too intense. You just see like a eyeshadow wing coming at you. Like Catwoman. And now I'll show you how to get a little bit of a sleeker look with your wing liner. Instead of going straight up with my wing, you can actually get right in the crease and come straight out, right at the top. And I'm gonna come straight in just like I did with the other eye. Lord knows I've made every mistake in the book when it comes to eyeliner. Especially whenever we get our lashes on. This wing over here, it looks a little bit thinner and a little bit more precise. We'll start on the face a little bit. I'm gonna go in with my Cover FX foundation, and it's not the right shade. And I'm also gonna not put it on exactly correctly. So over here, I only brought the foundation to my neck. I didn't cover my ear, which is a complete and total different color. And I mean, hello, we have the worst line ever, partly because the foundation is way too orange for me. So I like to darken up my face, but the problem with doing that is a lot of times people go 2 or 3 shades darker just trying to bronze out their skin and really give themselves that dark tan glow. But if you do that in an unnatural way, which is doing it with the foundation alone, you end up with this orangey look. I'm gonna go in with Sand, which is by Too Faced Born This Way. And I'm gonna blend this all over my face, including my ear, and I'm gonna bring it down by my jaw and my neck area. This side is not looking good, people. So we all love the brightening and the lovely bright under eye, but I see people going 2 to 3 to 4 shades lighter than their skin tone. I like to bring it 1, maybe 2 shades brighter than my actual skin tone to highlight the under eye area. I don't even know why I have this product. I go in with a little bit of my NARS Custard, which is an awesome shade. It is gonna brighten, but it's not too far from my actual skin tone. I use my finger to blend this one out. The really important step that gets skipped sometimes is to set your concealer. This is gonna help us avoid the powders in my face. All that creasing though, and it's gonna help this product last longer. It's also gonna help our mascara and stuff not to run down into our concealer. Just use a little bit of the Makeup Forever translucent powder for that. Over here it almost just looks like my natural skin, and over here, I mean, it's just such a contrast. Now let's talk about contouring. Going in with a super warm tone product. Honestly, I don't really even care for warm tone bronzer products at all. They aren't very flattering and natural looking, so I'm gonna use this warm tone Dermablend bronzer to contour my face. I'm even gonna bring down my contour a little bit too far. So you're gonna wanna stop right about here and just bring it up. That way you're just adding some emphasis on the cheekbones and really structuring your face. Starting to look like I have a beard. Look at the difference in these bronzers. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This one is just gonna be way more flattering. Just start right here at the top of the point of the ears, and then I'm only gonna bring it down about halfway and blend that out. Here we have this nice structured cheekbone area. It doesn't look so orangey, and so if you like adding lots of makeup like me, I'll even do something like this just to clean up and sharpen that contour a little bit. Now we'll talk about blush. Sometimes with blushes, we bring them up too far and we use way too dramatic colors. And instead of giving your skin just that natural soft blush, you end up looking like you might have gotten punched in the cheek. So I'll go in with a nice mauve tone blush. So this one's gonna be super neutral, super easy to wear, great to pair with lots of eyeshadow looks. And I'm gonna start right here in the back and really light hand. I'm just gonna buff a little bit of blush because I'm not really looking for a pink cheek. What I'm looking for more is a natural flush. So now I'll go in with one that's too harsh, tap off some excess, and I'm gonna bring it up way too, good Lord, way too high. One, it's sticking into the concealer because I didn't set it, so I'm putting a blush right on top of a cream and it's not blending out well. And two, I brought it way too far up in the front of the apple of my cheek when really I like to blend blushes back a little bit further. So whenever you're highlighting your face, honestly, I'm using Champagne Pop, by the way. I'm going to pop a little bit at the high point of my cheekbone just to give us that nice glow, and I'm even gonna bring it around my temple a little bit. You can do a little bit down the nose too. Again, you bring it just a little bit too far down, which can look flattering, but in this case, this is gonna be way too dramatic, and I look greasy. Honestly, right here, it just looks more so like I need to dab my face. Over here, I mean, I'm looking a little bit more soft, like I have a nice warm glow to me. The incident I see sometimes with false lashes is the lash is brought too far down and it looks limp. Dragging the eye down could possibly make you look a little bit older, so I'm gonna do that on this side. See it nice and close to the lash line, but I just see the lash coming too far out. See, this is not even. This is something I see pretty often, so it's like if you'll just pull the lash up closer to your inner corner, it can really pull up the eyelid and make you look younger and more awake. Can you tell the difference? Try to bring the eyelash in a little bit closer and clip them at the end if they're way too long. That way you don't end up looking a little janky on your edge right there. Another little boo-boo I see is the lower lash line can be your best friend or your worst enemy. I'm telling you, people. Instead of lining your waterline, actually bringing the liner down a little bit too far, like on your lash line. And I mean, that can be pretty once it's smoked out, but at the same time, I'm gonna show you like how much it can really drag your eye down and make you look older. Here I lined my lash line as well as my waterline with just a little bit of black liner. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to line my other eye with the nude color, which is gonna open up our eyes. Also smoke out your lower lash line. That way it isn't bare and you can add a little bit of darkness. So what I'll do is I'll go in with this palette and grab a little bit of Millennial first and buffing it right underneath. Taking a bit of Girls Night and taking that really close to the lash line. And that is gonna smoke out our lash line and give us a little bit of definition. This eye just looks so much happier and bigger than this one over here. Lining the lips and just a big boo-boo I see. First going in with a little bit of a dull liner, not a really sharp liner, can be a super no-no. And also whenever you overdraw your lips, which is totally okay to overdraw your lips. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Am I in focus? The big boo-boo with it is overdrawing it at the Cupid's bow, so watch this. This looks crazy unnatural and it just looks like I smeared my makeup everywhere. Let me show you how to properly overline your lips. So instead of starting at the Cupid's bow, I'm gonna go in with a sharpened pencil and I'm actually gonna start at the corner of my mouth. And when I get to my Cupid's bow, I'm going to actually line my real Cupid's bow by not lining that area. So I more so overlined the outer edge of my lips, making my lips look fuller instead of like bigger up in the Cupid's bow area. These just look, honestly, they just look fake and it looks like I did a bad job lining my lips. And it also helps whenever your pencil's sharpened. Here is our difference. So we finished. Yeah! Here, I look too hard. I look too dramatic. I look like it's just crazy makeup. Over here, I applied, you know, the bronzer, the highlight, the blush, the foundation, the concealer, the lashes, the mascara. But it still doesn't look that crazy because I put them in the right area and I used the right colors. I hope all my tips and tricks really helped you guys out with doing your makeup. And I know if you're doing something wrong, you're not totally gonna turn out like this because I did everything wrong on this side. But one or two things could really make a difference in your makeup. But again, remember what I said, if you think what you're doing is right and enhances your beauty, well then by all means, please keep doing it. I love you guys, thank you for stopping by. Please give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye guys. This is my alter ego.